Hey there, Ascension Pioneers. How y'all doing? Are you okay? Anyway, these past 3 weeks have been intense healing weeks and holding weeks and integrating so much of the new and aligning further on with our souls. And wow, so many surprises came. Like for me, a few days back, I woke up and my mole, under my left armpit, like my beauty spot, got a bit irritated. It was kind of a big one, I always kept it under observation, but it just kind of got infected. So it was a whole lot of surprise, and I had to go to the doctors, and they had to surgically remove it. I got stitches, and it kind of hurt me a bit. So, these things keep happening that are kind of like a big surprise for us. We don't expect. So we're kind of learning to embrace everything it is as it is. And I've been speaking a lot about this, and we've been integrating, and a lot of us have been feeling many new symptoms, ascension symptoms, and not just everything is an ascension symptom. So I would prefer these symptoms to be called adaptation symptoms. And because of all this, and because I haven't been writing for so long, yesterday, my beloved went for a walk and I was alone for a while, and I really wanted to write, but I just couldn't. I just sat there with my eyes closed, meditating and feeling this something wanting to burst out of me, but I was kind of shy because I didn't write for so long because of other things happening in my life. But then this voice just said, just start writing, it will come out, just start. And a few moments after that, I really started to write. And this beautiful writing about new operational system came through. And it really explains, kind of like, in a software, comparison terminology in a way as well. Because a lot of things that are happening to us, to our vehicle, with our bodies, because of the changes we're going through, as we are in a way mutating, we're becoming brand new, and the solar flares are affecting us because the new light that is reaching our sun and then moving towards us through our sun, reaching Earth's plane, is changing us, is affecting us. So a lot of these feelings that we keep having are, in a way, not always explained. They don't always make sense to us. And for me also, the things that I've been feeling didn't always make sense. So I really wanted to make writing about this. So yesterday I had a few moments that I was able to attune to my higher guidance system, my internal guidance system. And while I was writing, I felt amazing peace, as I always do, and that bliss feeling of my highest self when I keep writing this. And as I was writing, I kept having these thoughts like, what if my beloved comes back and I can't finish this writing in time. And this voice said, you will have the time to finish this. You will finish it. You'll have the space to finish it. So the funny thing was, I finished it, I wrote a title, and then, it was the door started unlocking and he came back. I'm like, wow, it really was all in great synchronicity. It was all perfectly aligned. So my new writing is about the new operational system. It's how I decided to title it, to name it, and I'll read it to all of you now. And I think a lot of you will be able to connect with it, and also with your own internal guidance system as to what is going on right now. So here, how it goes. After the transit of Venus and the summer solstice, there's been so many changes on all levels of being and existence. It was a major crossing point, to the point of no return. Not all the effects of it are visible yet, but many are felt in the changes of energy, the fluctuation of inner feeling, and inner cycles of spiritual growth and evolution. Many on the planet have felt its effects, especially the most sensitive ones, especially because they are pioneering and paving the way for others. The first bursts of energies are always the most intense, and the first pioneers get to feel it the most. That is why this is not an easy journey at all. It's to collect and anchor the first wave of new frequency, but it's always a chosen one. Within this journey, there are many crossing points, crossroads, and challenges, but they are necessary for the body attunements. The bodies are changing in frequency, therefore DNA. And as they are changing, they are moving into new gear, the new body matrix, the crystalline form of higher frequency attunement. Due to this, old body cycles within the older system, it's like an operational upgrade, are dissolving, making room for the new energy codes through downloads to come through and activate the new body grid or matrix. During this process, there might be several unpleasantries, such as feelings of the lower, like releasing toxins on all levels of being, mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, which can cause someone to feel bad or even ill. This is due to shifting into the new body system, as no such alignment is ever easy. There are always adaptation periods needed for their natural law, which is the process of attunement to the new. If there are any other challenges as well, they're there in order for the reenactment of the situation, a play that needs to play itself out until it is energetically and functionally unnecessary and it no longer serves a purpose. Everything that is occurring is planned willingly, and much of this pre-planning is done during sleep or dream time, with options for the best and highest possible outcome. During these cycles of the old body system that are changing and evolving into a higher gear, which is octave of being, sometimes there might be delays of the new body cycle. So there might be side effects, such as overdue symptoms that don't always make sense, like restlessness, tiredness, or even nausea. This is because the body is in the vacuum mode, meaning that it already is set to function by a new program, while sometimes it is confused because it still seeks command of the old program. This too takes adaptation time, best served with higher understanding, lots of patience, and self-nurture. There were a lot of body adjustments made already and many new programs implemented, but now is the time of most drastic or apparent change. That is why many delays and fallings out are happening now, because it's more timely for the care of the body and integration of the new operational system. The rest can always wait and will come when it is timely for it to take place naturally. These are high times with great intensity and speed, so again, the message of self-nurture cannot be stressed enough. This message is to be shared and reverberate out to all within all that is. So anyway, my beloved pioneers, I hope you were able to associate with this content, with this writing, because it's something that's happening naturally anyway. It's a natural cycle of evolution of the human being, of the whole planet, of the solar system, because it is all, connected with the universal cycles, and change is the only constant anyway. So even though it's not always pleasant to go through these changes and we might not always feel pleasant in our bodies, we have to be aware that these changes have to happen. And sometimes for us, in order to feel brand new, we also have to release that old. And like it said in the writing, this is something that I deeply associate with, is sometimes the body still waits, for the orders of the old, because we're used to function in a certain way. I was reading a beautiful Ascension note from Kara Shalak. She writes amazing Ascension notes, which I oftentimes really enjoy reading. I always enjoy them. And it's at the same thing, sometimes, when something is physically unpleasant in your body, immediately you will think, I'm sick, I'm ill. But it's not always like this, but it's how our mind is programmed within the old matrix. But now we're shifting into the new one. And sometimes, we're kind of in between the middle point somewhere, and we kind of are not in the old, but we're also not yet wholly in the new. It's like we're still within the stepping stones, and that's why this is the period that it's not always that easy. And that's why it also said, in the writing, that needs a lot of high understanding, which comes through patience. It doesn't always come right away. I want to know this. I want to understand why this is happening to me right now. This is ego. But when we are aligned with our soul, these things, these answers, they come in divine timing. They come while we are in synchronicity with our higher, self, with our higher octave of being. And while we're in that mode, when we're just sitting with ourselves, just being, then we are in a download mode. Then we are in receiving mode, just kind of letting it come to us. Not pushing it, not pushing these answers or outcomes, or determining it on our own through the mind. Because the mind has a lot of the filters, and the mind only knows the past. We are to be right here in the now, and this means to be neutral in the not knowing what was, what used to be, because that is how we will keep making assumptions that are based on the old. But we have to really open our eyes to the deeper level of truth, and truth comes through that unveiling, through that uncovering, through that core essence. And sometimes you really need to just be and allow to really get to that core. And whatever your body is sending you certain signals, ask what is happening to you, but then wait for the answer to come naturally. Like The whole holding and integration process is happening anyway. It's all happening naturally. You don't have to do anything special, to speed it up, to be somewhere else, because you're always where you need to be in that process. And consider it, we're going through major DNA upgrade, and this is not something that happens overnight. So sometimes a lot of us will get certain symptoms that will mirror this, that will mirror why this is happening in stages. And the more that you will observe your body, the more you will understand why this is happening exactly as it is, because this is how it should happening. This is how it is supposed to happen. Anyway, I'm wishing you lots of holding, lots of moments within your self-integration where you're downloading that new light, when you're aligning with your soul and getting all these answers through yourself, because this is where all these answers are. They are in your divine core. They are within you. This is where all truth is. We are the gift. So remember this even when you're experiencing the most difficult times, the most unpleasant changes. That is where we still need to keep our divine remembrance, not just when we're feeling good, So anyway, guys, take care, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.